Good evening, everyone. Finally, we got some good weather today for a change. I hope it stays around for a while. At any rate, we're going to get ready to call the meeting to order. And can we get a roll call, please?
Trustee Birchie?
Here.
Trustee Covington? Here. Trustee Harrod? Here. Trustee Montez? Trustee Sierra?
Here.
Vice President Hill?
Here.
President Johnson?
Here. I don't think we need a motion for electronically, do we? Emily?
Nope.
Okay. We have a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. I need approval for the minutes for April 9th.
Second.
Question? Roll call.
Trustee Birchie?
Aye.
Trustee Covington?
Aye.
Trustee Harrod?
Aye.
Trustee Sierra?
Aye.
Vice President Hill?
Aye.
President Johnson?
Aye.
Yep.
Motion carries. All right, staff reports. Executive Director?
We have a lot to celebrate tonight. I want to start off our celebrations by asking Sue Wheeler to come up to the front and tell her thank you. Sorry, Sue, but you're here because you knew this was going to happen. Sue will celebrate her retirement from the Park District next week. It has been an absolute honor and a privilege to be able to serve with you, and we want to thank you for everything that you've done for the Park District. It certainly looks different because of your accomplishments and your contributions.
Thank you. And I want to take the time to say thank you to the trustees and the president and all the trustees that came before you, because you all had passions for the Peoria Park District and you saw it through to the end. And there were several of you, Trustee Montez, President Johnson, Joy Sarant, Lori, who I've had as their daughter as a lifeguard. So all kinds of people throughout has helped us through. I've loved my career here. I've loved my job here. And so to the best to you all. But it's time to pass the torch and find myself on the golf courses more and the pickleball courts more. There you go. So I appreciate you all. Thank you very much.
That's all I got, unless you have questions for me.
If I could, I don't know if it comes up later tonight, but I attended the volunteer appreciation event at the zoo, and I want to tell you, it was just delightful. You know, we don't have much opportunity to tell the community about the number of volunteers that participate in activities that the Park District puts on and how important it is for us that they participate. But I thought this event gave them opportunity in a very casual yet appropriate manner to gave us an opportunity to show them how much we appreciate them. And I think, Emily, the people who were at the zoo, who I met and spoke to on the staff, the paid staff side, had a real appreciation for the importance of our volunteers. I saw them interacting with our volunteers. I was very impressed with the job that they did. And so I just want to say job well done.
Thank you. Our volunteers have basically lived at the zoo over the last month and a half, almost 2 months. And so they certainly, everybody's built some strong relationships. And I know Melinda's going to talk about that here in a minute, but thank you very much for recognizing that.
Okay, thanks, Trustee Birchie. That was, I was there also. It was a great to see all of our volunteers. I did want to say something to Sue. Sue, you've been here a while. You was here a long time. And I remember a lot of our employees, when they're first when they first get their first jobs, usually at the Park District. And I remember you and a young lady some years ago, how you helped a young lady down at Proctor Center to learn how to be a lifeguard. You didn't give up on her. You helped her, and you also made it possible for her to continue to have a job. And I just want to say you've given a lot to young people over the years as they grow up to become adults now. And that's because of your guidance and your patience. I just want to say thank you again. You didn't tell everyone how many years you've been here.
I know I don't look this old, but it'll be 32 years, 10 months.
All right. Thank you again for all the work you've done for the Peoria Park District. Okay. Okay, a volunteer coordinator report. Hey, how we doing, young lady?
Happy Volunteer Month and Volunteer Week. Thank you all for having me today. I just want to give a quick recap of 2024 and all of the wonderful things that our volunteers have done. And so I just want to share some information with you all today. Volunteers are the heart of our community. They give their time, share their talents, and make a lasting difference. Whether they're lending a hand at a one-day event or showing up week after week, our volunteers are vital to the success of the Park District, and we couldn't do it without them. We are incredibly grateful for every individual who supported us in 2024. Your dedication helps us provide exceptional programming, maintain beautiful parks, and foster strong and connected community. So just a little bit of the numbers from last year. In 2024, we had over 10,600 volunteer hours from all of our volunteers in the community. We had 465 new volunteers register in our volunteer portal through the Park District's website. And we have about 1,400 active volunteers in our volunteer network that help us do trail monitoring, Glow Wild volunteers, pretty much anything, they're there. And how that equates, just so that you're aware, we had 172 planned volunteer days in 2024. And that is days that were scheduled in our volunteer online portal that volunteers could sign up for and participate in. And that 172 days doesn't count for all of the additional support that our volunteers give. So those 172 days don't include like all of the sports coaches that volunteer. Those guys volunteer about 3 times a week for about 6 to 8 weeks. That 172 also doesn't account for all of, like, we have about 40 trail monitors that come and do trail monitoring throughout the week or the month. Some do it weekly, some do it monthly, some do it daily. So just so that you know that we are probably impacted by volunteers every day somewhere in the Park District, and that's great to know. In addition to our scheduled volunteer days, we also had 45 volunteer events with local businesses and organizations, including OSF, CAT, and local area schools and universities. These efforts contributed to over 1,800 hours of service, which are also included in our overall total of over 10,000 hours. According to the Independent Sector and the Do Good Institute at the University of Maryland, the 2024 estimated national value of a volunteer is $33.49. This includes the cost of benefits, holiday, as if they were a full-time employee. So based on those figures, the time given by our volunteers in 2024 would equate to an extraordinary $354,000. So that's a great number.
Yes.
So things that are not included in our number. So this report only captures part of our story. It also does not include the countless hours given by our dedicated volunteers and committees. Those include all of you, our park board members, our festival planning committees, and also some of our other committee advisory groups like the golf ad hoc and the DIEA committees. So we really appreciate all the work that all of our volunteers do for us. Your energy, commitment, and generosity inspire us every day. Together, we're building a stronger, more vibrant community. So thank you all. And I'm very excited to have Robert announce our 2024 Volunteer of the Year Awards. Thank you.
Thank you. As many of you know, in 1986, the Board of Trustees established the Landon Memorial Volunteer Service Award, which was established in recognition of Francis Pat Landon, a dedicated longtime volunteer. An important part of keeping the spirit of volunteerism alive is to express our gratitude in a tangible way, and honor individual volunteers. The Board of Trustees established the Landon Memorial Volunteer Service Award to honor an individual who has voluntarily given of his or her time, talents, and skills, thereby assisting the Peoria Park District in the accomplishments of its overall goals. The nominator, Peoria Zoo staff member Julie Bronson, stated in part about this year's winner. Karen Peterson is one of our most dedicated and reliable volunteers, consistently bringing enthusiasm and commitment to Peoria Zoo and beyond. She began volunteering with us in 2021, initially focused on giraffe interpretation, where she played a key role in educating visitors. However, her contributions quickly expanded to include critter chats, zoo camp, animal enrichment, and special events. While she started as a Peoria Zoo volunteer, she soon began assisting at special events in locations across the district, demonstrating her commitment to supporting the broader community. Karen is a key asset to the volunteer department. At events, she naturally takes the lead, assisting and encouraging other volunteers to ensure everything runs smoothly. Her ability to step up and support both staff and fellow volunteers makes her an invaluable part of our team. When I am unable to be at an event or need extra support, I know Karen will be there to help take the lead and make sure the event runs smoothly and is successful, stated Melinda Hewitt, volunteer coordinator. Since joining us in 2021, Karen has logged over 400 hours of volunteer service with the Park District, including 97 hours in 2024. Her willingness to help whenever needed and her leadership among volunteers make her an essential part of our team. We truly appreciate her dedication and the positive impact she continues to have on the district and the community. I am pleased to celebrate Karen Peterson as this year's winner of the Landon Memorial Volunteer Service Award.
He said, do you want to say anything? I thought, not really. Because I don't know exactly what to say, except thank you very much. I consider it my honor to work with the Park District, and everything that you guys do is just, it's fabulous. I will be honest, I did not know what the Peoria Park District was really about until after I retired and started volunteering. And you are absolutely fabulous on what you do, how you reach out to the community, how you reach out to all age levels. And I just want to thank you for everything that you do. And thank you, Julie. She was my first when I started. I started at the zoo, and to be honest, she took me to a picnic table to talk to me, and I didn't even know where I was in the zoo. I was just totally lost. I had no idea I was right next to where my car was. But she was really sweet, and she is a very great person to work with. She helps and is always open to great ideas. And I work really closely with Steve also. Steve is a lot of fun, and he has great ideas, and he keeps me busy all the time, and I love that. And my husband, it's how our marriage is working now. Now that we're home together all the time, since I'm home, or I'm not home and he's home, it's really fantastic, all I can tell you. Thank you so very, very much for this wonderful honor.
Thank you. Okay, all right. Well, thank you for that. Our second award tonight is the Rodell E. Owens Distinguished Group Community Service Award. Rodell Owens was the Director in Parks and Recreation for the district from 1945 to 81. He left a marvelous legacy of service to the community by his involvement with cultural and civic organizations. His name is synonymous with good citizenship and quiet service to fellow citizens, and he was a leader in the field of parks and recreation. Therefore, it is fitting to commemorate his life with the Rodell Owens Distinguished Group Community Service Award, to present it to a local group which has made an outstanding contribution to the Peoria Park District through special donation of dollars, volunteer work, services, and/or ongoing support on special project for the advancement of parks and recreation that improves the quality of life within the community. The nominator, volunteer coordinator Melinda Hewitt, stated in part about this year's winner. PNC Banks Grow Up Great has helped prepare children from birth through age 5 for success in school and in life. The program is built on the understanding that education is a powerful means for economic and social mobility. Grow Up Great provides programs, resources, and experiences that plant the seeds for further development and a lifetime of opportunities. This is very evident in the support that PNC Bank provides the Peoria area schools, social service agencies, and the Peoria Park District. In 2013, PNC partnered with the Peoria Park District to bring a fun and educational event to the Peoria area, piggybacking off the Nickelodeon cable channel's Worldwide Day of Play. Nickelodeon started the Worldwide Day of Play campaign to encourage their youth audience to turn off the TV and get outside to play. This event quickly became a favorite event, and over the past 11 years, PNC Worldwide Day of Play has grown to become a signature event for the Peoria Park District. During these 11 years, not only has PNC financially supported this event by donating over $130,000, PNC employees also volunteered their time leading up to the event and during the event itself. In 2024, PNC Worldwide Day of Play celebrated its 11th year. This event is held at Glen Oak Park each year and on average brings anywhere between 4,000 to 5,000 people, mainly families with children, to enjoy this fun event. In 2004, the event brought in 5,600 people. If you haven't attended this event, the only way to describe it is fun and positive chaos. Activities such as Touch a Truck, which includes a CityLink bus, fire trucks, police vehicles, a helicopter, and other large mechanical machinery, allow children to see the inner workings and sit in the driver's seat, a very up-close and personal experience. Other activities include face painting, bounce house attractions, walk-around characters, entertainment, carnival games, and local food trucks. Peoria Park District facilities and programs also participate and provide activities such as golf, yoga, soccer, environmental games, and education. The Peoria Zoo and Peoria Children's Museum also participate and offer reduced admission to their facilities. A large portion of PNC Worldwide Day of Play is dedicated to education. Approximately 30 local schools, social service agencies, and organizations whose primary focus is on providing services for families and children participate. Each of these organizations provide fun games for children to participate in that day, and families are offered educational information on the organization, how their service can be of assistance. Some of those organizations include local health departments, District 150, Holt Center for Health Living, Center for Prevention of Abuse, Salvation Army, and Art Inc. The Clyde West Fishing Derby has also become part of PNC Worldwide Day of Play. Children and families can learn to fish with all the supplies being provided to them at the Glen Oak Park Lagoon. PNC Worldwide Day of Play could not have happened without all of the support the PNC Bank has provided. We look forward to continuing this partnership to provide PNC Worldwide Day of Play to the Peoria community. I am pleased to invite Brian Ray, Regional President, Central Illinois for PNC Bank, to come forward so that we may present this year's Rodell E. Owens Distinguished Group Community Service.
By the way, congratulations.
Not much to say after that. He made this much shorter. That must have been staged. In all seriousness, we've been, as he said, we've been doing this for over 10 years. We've had over 100 employees volunteer. Based on the numbers that we've been talking about, over 50,000 people in our community have been impacted. But what I really want to say, as Karen said before, is thank you, because he led with the partnership between PNC and the Peoria Park District. And we can't do this without you. We can't do this without an amazing facility like Glen Oak Park. We can't do it with all of your staff and your time in getting the word out there. The partnership that we have together is really wonderful. And I just want to thank you for that, because we don't do this without you. So thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I want to thank two fellow board members, Reagan Hill and Steve Montez, who's not here with us, for your selection, for the work on this. Thank you very much. Okay, committee reports. Finance Committee reports approval of accounts payable.
Thank you, Mr. President. The Finance Committee met prior to this meeting and reviewed the accounts payable, both credit card and general ledger items that were accounts payable. Had discussion on those, and a motion was presented and approved to recommend payment of those items to the full board. And so as Chair of Finance, I'll make a motion that the board approve the payment of the accounts payable and credit card bills that are shown in the agenda of the Finance Committee meeting and of this meeting, and are shown on the totals page, which are attached as a copy of the agenda to tonight's meeting.
I'll second.
Question? Roll call.
Trustee Burchie?
Aye.
Trustee Covington? Aye. Trustee Harrod? Aye. Trustee Sierra?
Aye.
Vice President Hill?
Aye.
President Johnson?
Aye. Motion carries. And I do apologize, that's it. Trustee Hill, that's Vice President Hill. We'll make sure that you know that. Okay. All right. The Golf Ad Hoc Committee?
Mr. President, I have been honored to serve as chair of the Golf Ad Hoc Committee over the past couple of years after Trustee Petty left the board. And one of the goals that we've had in the last year working with Executive Director Cahill and her staff was to develop an action plan that was put into actual document form, as opposed to just something that was kind of discussed from time to time. I want to say, first of all, that working with Ms. Cahill and her staff, as always, was a pleasure, and I truly mean that. This was something that where an outside group, a committee, is saying, here's, kind of like what we'd like to see, and they understand they've got their own priorities, 1,001 other priorities, plus they got a budget to worry about and the like. The fact that these two groups could come together, I think, is a real testament. And I'm going to say again, as I said earlier tonight, thanks to Executive Director Cahill, but really to everybody, and Matt and everyone who has been involved with this process. But the end result was a strategy action plan that spells out what's going to be accomplished this year. And I fully believe it will be accomplished this year, as well as a commentary on our overall mission and vision for what the golf program is in Peoria, in the Peoria Park District, and how it meets our goals of vibrancy, DEIA, and sustainability. And it's important that each of the action items that are included in the plan are framed around those core commitments that we have. I won't take the time to go through each of those, but it's attached as a part of the agenda. And so this was prepared with work of both the committee and staff. passed unanimously at the Golf Ad Hoc Committee meeting roughly a week or so ago, and is now being presented to the board. I don't know that we're asked, the board doesn't need to take action on this, but I do want the board to be aware. Let me just conclude by saying that we have had, in the last 2 years, and I think this year will be the same way, really outstanding results with our golf program. And I think that is accounted for in any number of ways. One is that we offer a range of golf opportunities to our community that not only attracts our community, but attracts people from outside our community to come here. Secondly, the visual appeal of our golf course is absolutely outstanding. For those of you who are golfers, and when you go, I mean, as a Park District trustee, when I travel to other areas, I always look at their golf courses just because I'm interested as a golfer, but also as a trustee. No community's golf courses, public golf courses, match the visual appeal of all golf courses, and that actually is a testament to the staff that keeps our golf courses. And just finally, the other thing that's important is that from the moment you arrive in the clubhouse until the moment you leave, it's important that you're greeted with enthusiasm, with a positive attitude about what's taking place. That while you're on the golf course, it is the same thing, a positive attitude. Again, a golf course of visual appeal, a golf course where presents a challenge to your talents. And that's, again, what we have. And so I can't tell you how delighted I was to play a small role in working with this committee over the past couple of years. And again, my thanks to that committee, but also to Ms. Cahill and her staff, Matt, and the people who work for you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Wilson, for those kind words about the Peoria Park District, second to none. All right. Okay, that's receive and file. 10A, we're going to the naming policy. Need approval?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Is there a question? Roll call?
Trustee Birchey.
Aye.
Trustee Covington. Aye. Trustee Harrod.
Aye.
Trustee Sierra.
Aye.
Vice President Hill.
Aye.
President Johnson.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Okay, 10B, the purchase of track chairs.
I don't want to be the only one who speaks, but all these items, of course, are important to me, and so I appreciate everyone letting me talk about these items. But all right, so track chairs. We've been looking at this now for the past 2 years or so, I want to say, and when I first began talking with you about this, referring to people on the board here, it was met with, I think, appropriate reservation. Does this make sense? Is it affordable? Is it something that the people in our taxpayers, would be pleased that we purchased, and does it appeal to our disabled community? I think each of those items was explored adequately. And Mr. President, I want to say you in particular were very encouraging at the outset that we do this, and were very positive to me about, please pursue this. You wanted to see it happen, and I'm happy to say I think it's going to happen tonight. So we're looking at purchasing 2 all-terrain track chairs, and these would be stationed at Forest Park. We think that it presents a terrain that would be, from a physical standpoint, the track chairs would work, but also presents a terrain that the people who are using the track chairs would find to be of great interest and enjoyable to them. You see that it went out for bid, and I think the prices came back a little bit lower than I expected, which is always a good thing. Funds have been found to purchase the chairs out of some bond related monies. Carrie can describe that further if need be. But before I make my motion to approve, I also, once again, I'm going to thank our executive director, Ms. Cahill, who really was a champion here in helping me to pursue this. And frankly, this wouldn't be here, this wouldn't be happening if it wasn't for her. So thank you very much. So I'll make a motion to approve the purchase of the track chairs under item 10B.
Second.
Question? Roll call.
Excuse me. Trustee Burchey,
Aye?
Trustee Covington. Aye. Trustee Heron,
Aye.
Trustee Sierra,
Aye.
Vice President Hill,
Aye.
President Johnson.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, trustee, for the work that you put in getting this accomplished. Appreciate it. 10C, we have an easement. Need approval at the Ameren at the Vickery Bottom Park.
Okay, so we have before you tonight for item 10C, an easement, temporary construction easement in favor of Ameren. This goes across Vickery Bottoms. So you'll probably remember previous Ameren easements regarding their gas mains. They're still in the midst of a project inspecting and testing their gas transmission lines throughout Peoria County. And this is the next on their list. Currently, they have an easement through Vickery Bottoms along with a high voltage electrical transmission line. We have, as before, inserted our restrictions on tree removal during the endangered bat roosting season. This is mainly precautionary because the existing transmission corridor is kept clear in this area. So that should not come into effect, but just in case we wanted to have that in there. This project is projected to begin later in 2025, continue through 2026, and be completed by December of 2026. Ameren is offering $1,000 for this temporary easement, so staff is recommending execution of this temporary construction easement in favor of Ameren to allow access across Vickery Bottoms in order to inspect, test, and repair, if needed, the gas transmission line.
Mike, I had just one question. I noticed that in all these easements that are coming up here, I don't think I saw an indemnification provision for us. And that was the only question I really had about it.
So we'll get to that.
Okay.
So then we're treating this one separately from the city of Peoria. So
Okay.
I move to approve 10C.
Your second?
I'll second.
Question? Roll call.
Trustee Burchey,
Aye.
Trustee Covington. Aye. Trustee Heron,
Aye.
Trustee Sierra,
Aye.
Vice President Hill,
Aye.
President Johnson.
Aye. Motion carries. Okay, 10D, City of Peoria easement, Orange Prairie Road at Charter Oak.
okay,
Park.
for the next few easements, staff is requesting that we actually pull these from the agenda. The City of Peoria legal staff is working with our legal team to work on some of that language. They used an IDOT stock template boilerplate that is not acceptable to us for several reasons. So we're working that out. Things are moving forward. With your consensus, I would like to give a little background on all of these projects because this is very time sensitive for the city of Peoria. So our proposal is to, once the legal documents are completed, to send that out and phone poll this within the next week or so. But I did want to give you some background, give you an opportunity to ask some questions about it. In the meantime, if that's acceptable to proceed.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Miles, if you could bring up the aerial photos, that would be great. Or wait, okay, so that was Vickery Bottoms. Let's try this one. Okay, so this is a project in Charter Oak Park. If you've ever looked closely at the map of Charter Oak Park and our holdings, we have a lot of narrow, skinny pieces that developers didn't want that we have. And those are the places where stormwater runs. So that little, the red lines are the property lines, and that yellow line there is the area of this project. And what is going on is the city of Peoria is extending an existing stormwater line. They're extending it farther down the gully, which is our property. And they are seeking a permanent easement for the extension of that pipe and a temporary easement for the riprap that extends beyond the pipe to control erosion. And they're also asking the same for the surrounding homeowners as well, because that is a very narrow easement that they have right now. It's only about 10 feet. So this is what we're calling the Charter Oak Timber Edge Drive, and that's that drive to the south there. And again, the city of Peoria is planning on working on that this summer. If we could move to the next slide. Okay, on this slide, this is Safety Town from the air. The city of Peoria is working on Sheridan Road. I'm sure, folks, if you've driven along, been in Peoria long and driven along this during a rainstorm, you've seen the ditches filling up. The city of Peoria is addressing that by putting in a stormwater pipe in that ditch, and then they will cover it up and basically feather the slope into our property and the surrounding homeowners' property. So this would be a temporary easement for construction only. They will do some grading there and reseed it when they are completed. So this is about a 10-foot wide strip along the frontage of Sheridan Road. So let's go to the next slide. So this is the, there are several easements here. This is Martin Luther King Park. And this concerns the MacArthur Highway reconstruction. You probably heard in the news about this. This is a big grant from the state and the feds to reconstruct MacArthur Highway. As part of that, they are replacing the sidewalk that is currently half on park property. They're moving it, scooching it so it's fully on park property. So the first part of that is the temporary easement that runs the entire length of Martin Luther King Park along MacArthur. And that will allow construction of the sidewalk. The sidewalk will then become our property when it's completed. The permanent easements you can see in red, they're very small, and those are on the corners of Hurlburt and McBean. And those are for, so the city can put in the traffic signal posts that will be slightly out of the right of way to get the overhang over the street, and also the pedestrian push buttons for crossing the street. So can we go to the next slide?
Mike, before you do that, can I ask a question?
Sure.
Will, since the sidewalk is going to be entirely on Park District property, will we have the obligation to maintain the sidewalk and the ability to do it?
Yes. Right now, it's kind of that way as it is. So this would be an upgrade for us. They're making it a little wider and hooking into our sidewalks that are already in the park. So we've talked with them. It's kind of, there's not much of a real change there from what is existing, just the newer facility. I guess we don't have it, but this project, MacArthur Highway, continues farther up. And as you all know, Gwynn also faces on MacArthur Highway. So there is another section where the sidewalk and curb is being reconstructed right there. So that is another one of those 50-foot by 10-foot strips where they need to tear out sidewalk, rebuild it, and repair anything they mess up when they're building that. So in summary, what I hope to get to you guys in the next week or so is the completed legal document that will show for the temporary easements, the city will pay us $300 per temporary easement. Those temporary easements will be along Martin Luther King Park, Gwynn Park, as well as the little one in Charter Oak, and then the big one in Safety Town. And I think I've got them all. It's hard to keep track. They're dumped a lot on us here. And then the permanent easements, the ones we're probably most concerned about, are here in MLK Park with the corners. These are very small areas, about 200 square feet each. So not a big effect on park property. And then there is also the permanent easement out at Charter Oak. So I'd be happy to answer any questions. We will supply these, to remind you, since there's so many of them, I'll supply the aerial photos as well, so you can see exactly what we're talking about. And I appreciate your patience with the process. We're trying to be good community partners with the city of Peoria, so that is kind of why we're pushing this along in kind of an unconventional format. So if you have any questions, I'd be happy to try and answer them.
So 10C through 10G, you want to wait,
Yep,
basically?
Yep.
Till you get back with us?
Yep.
From all of these?
Yep.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, thank you.
okay, thanks.
Thanks, Mike.
You approve C, so D through.
Okay, all right. Number 11. We have the canvas report, Peoria Park Board of Elections Commission. Canvas of the vote of April 1st for the election for the Northern District Trustees
Bless you.
and the Southern District Trustees. Okay, we need to approve the receiving file.
Yes, sir.
All right. Oh. Okay, thank you for that. All right.
I move to approve. Oh, I can't.
No.
That'd be weird, right?
Oh, because I'm on it.
Yeah.
Okay, we need to approve that response. We need a motion.
So moved.
I'm sorry. And second,
I'll second.
question. Roll call.
Trustee Burchey?
Aye.
Trustee Covington?
Aye.
Trustee Harrent?
Aye.
Trustee Sierra?
Or maybe, should I be abstaining since I'm on this?
Nope.
You can abstain, but there's no requirement.
Okay, cool. Aye.
Vice President Hill?
Aye.
President Johnson?
Aye. Okay, motion carries. Okay, now we got to adjourn the meeting.
I move to adjourn.
Second.
Question. Roll call.
Trustee Burchey?
Aye.
Trustee Covington?
Aye.
Trustee Harrent?
Aye.
Trustee Sierra?
Aye.
Vice President Hill?
Aye.
President Johnson?
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, now we're going to be convening of the new park board. Okay,
Just a moment. Give us a couple minutes and.
They come up.
is the oath,
Just ceremonial.
Get out. You get presents here in a minute, but you have to get up and go up there, sorry.
Yeah, okay.
We need to have like a card, like
I know, right?
honorably, like marching.
Do I have to leave my
back.
computer?
Your accounts have been disabled.
Yeah.
Just a moment. And if you would, and I promise we'll come right back to you.
Just one
No, you're
second
gonna have
here.
to go.
Well, that's what I thought. Tim didn't get up.
Tim didn't get up on this seat, she said.
From the,
Do I get to move in?
so we're gonna do.
Yes.
Do I get to move in?
All right.
We'll bring them up, Mr. Silver, Mr.
Do I get to
Silver.
move in?
Oh, this is dangerous. This is like in the third grade when you can't let people sit next to each other.
I know, he's like, I know.
I'm just saying.
Across.
Sorry.
All right.
Yeah, you can't leave yet.
Okay.
Hey, buddy. The mouse is still there. The mouse, oh, Alicia, the mouse. We get closer.
I mean,
See, that's just how we go.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, see, he's a little worried
We were
about
on
two
the
sitting
edge
next
because
to
we
each
were the
other.
newbies.
He's already asking questions.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yep. All right, I'll be tight quarters, but
If you don't-
No, I don't know.
Been waiting for this. It's okay.
Come on up. Yep, exactly. So, we've got, which one did I put here? So
Ron.
Ron Silver, you're right here.
Over.
Then,
You struggle. You're gonna have to have nicknames or something.
and this will be your spot
You would just be Ron and Mark.
going forward.
Kenzie.
Each new trustee, it's now, just keep bringing them on in into the center.
24 times.
When you speak, push the button on the mic. You don't have to, it's very powerful, you don't have to. All right.
Ready to call to order?
Yes, sir.
Okay, get ready to call the meeting to order. Roll call. We'll do that. Oh, I can't.
Yeah, we're not doing roll
Okay,
call
now-
at this moment. Right.
Yeah. Okay, now we're gonna do the outgoing board member
Yep.
and award presentation. Bertie and, it's coming to come up front, please.
So we have a series of tokens of gratitude for both of you. I just want to say, first of all, while your time was relatively short, you both accomplished so much while you were here, and you will be greatly missed. We have enjoyed certainly having you be a part of the team, and you truly have been hardworking members of our team, and we really appreciate that. There's a note from staff as well as some goodies for both of you. So Trustee Covington, thank you very much. Yeah, I will. I just hand it to both of you and then I'll get out of the way. Oh.
Thank you so much.
I just want to say thank you all for the work that you've done with us, both of you. Come on, not come back. Come on. Excuse?
No, I just had my little notes, what I wanted to
Yeah,
say.
but I just want to say thank you all, because you did a lot in a short period of time. We appreciate the work that you did. We're gonna miss the talks, the conversation, and all, but thank you again so much for the work you did. Now, just because you leave me off the board don't mean that I'm not gonna.
I was gonna say, you can still talk to us and contact us.
But thank you all again, we appreciate it.
Thank you so much. I think I need to grow a little taller here. I just made a few notes here that 4 years kind of went very, very fast. When I began this role, I had no idea how much I didn't know about Peoria Park District. I was totally clueless. Joyce recruited me, and she said, yeah, it's 2 meetings a month. It's no big deal. I go, well, sure, I'll do that. I can do that. But I didn't know how the Park District, about the breadth of what you do and the heart behind every single program and every park. Tim teases me all the time because I said I was going to see every park. Well, I got to every park except McKenzie Park. I missed going there, and I don't know, does that count as a full-time park?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, okay, so I
We'll
thought
take you
about
there
running out there
tomorrow.
today.
Yes, we still have time.
On the way home.
On my way home. Yeah, it's not quite on the way to my house, but, and I made an effort to go to an event at every one of the event. I couldn't go to all 4 of them, all 4 years, but I made sure I attended one type of every event. And it's amazing because the breadth of what you do, the heart behind every program in every park is just amazing. The staff is amazing. Executive Director Cahill has just done a marvelous job in recruiting a fabulous staff. And I'm going to miss being part of this team, but I'll be your biggest supporter. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you. That was lovely, Lori. I'm going to miss serving with you. I want to make a few thank yous here at the outset. I want to thank my family. The time that we spend doing this is time spent away from our family. And for each of us, our family is very important. Just not trustees, it's staff members too. And you appreciate what I'm saying. And for a family member to, I'm thinking of my wife, to in retirement to say, yeah, just go do that for no compensation and for time that, we had planned to spend together, for her to do that was an incredible sacrifice by her. And she's not here tonight, but I'll tell her that. I tell her that frequently. But again, to my family, I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you too to the voters of the district. I didn't have competition, so that makes it easy. But by the same token, a lot of people voted for me, and that's meaningful. And the fact that they would trust me with their money, the money that they spent a lot of time and effort getting a position to earn, and then spent time earning that money, means a lot. The fact that they would put me in a position to vote on issues and programs that affect their children, that affects their families, that affects their spouse, that affects their neighbors, it's an incredible responsibility. And the fact that you're entrusted with that is not lost on me, and I know it's lost on any of you. The opportunity we're given by the voters is never to be forgotten. And so thank you to the voters for the responsibility that they placed in me. Next thank you I want to make is to our staff. The respect that you showed me, friends, was incredible. And I will never forget it. And I will always be thankful for it. I know that at times I had a lot of questions. I know at times I was a bit of a pain. But that was my job, and I think you knew that. And I could tell a little story about a number of you here, but I won't do that. And kind of the humor that developed out of it. Mike smiling, I know that, and he was one of my early victims, so to speak. And I said, it's interesting, though, you're sitting here, because I said to Emily one day after one of the meetings, I said, you need to tell Mike the reason I'm doing that, the reason I'm asking him these questions kind of aggressively is I know he can deal with it. And I know that he's got the answers, and I'm trying to draw answers out of him that'll support what we're doing. And you did that. And so I guess what I'm saying is I have incredible respect for not just you, but all the staff members I dealt with. And I want to say thank you to all of you. And of course, Emily, what can I say about you? You're just outstanding. And thanks so much. Carrie, I should have probably mentioned you in particular too, but you know how we've had a wonderful working relationship. And then I want to say thank you to my fellow board members. It has been such a pleasure and an honor to work with each of you. I've enjoyed really every moment of it, and I think we've accomplished some good things together. We've become friends, and for those of you who are my friends before that, we've become better friends. And it's something that I will always treasure, and I want to say thank you. So a few closing comments beyond those, and it's this. This past weekend, past Saturday morning, my wife and I found ourselves in a position we hadn't been for roughly 50 years, and that is at a march. We were at a march, the 50-51 march down at downtown. I think some of you are familiar with that. If not, you can imagine what we were marching about. First time I'd been in a march since, say, for 50 years since the war in Vietnam. And one of the chants that was in the march was this: what does democracy look like? This is what democracy looks like. And friends, this is what democracy looks like. We've had over the past 4 years our dust-ups. We've disagreed on things, at times passionately so. But it was never out of retribution. It was never vengeful in any way, shape, or form. It was something that respected all people, not just the people sitting here or sitting here, but it respected all the people, whatever they look like, whatever they come from, however they spell their name, whatever religion they come from, whoever they are, whatever age they are. We did it by respecting all people. And what we accomplished, and I wrote down our mission, we accomplished our mission to contribute to the healthy and vibrant community by using our resources to offer high-quality parks, recreation, and education to those who live, work, and play in the district. So, what does democracy looks like? This is what democracy looks like. And why is it important? Why is it important that when crazy things are happening 700 miles from here in Washington, D.C., why is it important that we remember what democracy is about? And I'd say this, it's because who else cares about democracy? It's important that we care about democracy and what's happening and that we respond to our people. We can't control what's going on out there. We can control what's going on here. We can set an example to our community, to our state, but to the people that elected us, we can set an example that is something that we will feel worthy of having accomplished. And so again, what does democracy looks like? This is what democracy looks like. I was so pleased to have an opportunity to work with all of you for 4 years in accomplishing that dream, accomplishing that goal. And I have every confidence that you'll continue to do so as you go forward. So thank you very much.
Okay. Now we're going to do the oath of office and the seating of our new trustees.
All righty. This is Alicia's big moment. Please hold. Just a moment, please. Who would you like first? Okay. Mr. Slover. One line over. Yep. Towards me, please. Brittany, is this about? Raise your right hand.
I did.
Okay. I state your name.
I, Mark Silver,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the Office of Trustee
of the Office of Trustee
for the Pleasure Driveway and Park District of Peoria, Illinois.
of the Pleasure Parkway,
Drive
Pleasure Drive and Parkway of Peoria,
according to the best of me.
according to the best of my ability.
Welcome. Yep, exactly. You would raise your hand. State your name.
I, Ronald Silver,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the Office of Trustee
of the Office of Trustee
for the Pleasure Driveway and Park District of Peoria,
for the Pleasure Driveway and Park District of Peoria,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
We've done this before.
A few times
Yeah.
now.
All right. Okay. State your name.
I, Alexander Sierra,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of trustee
of the office of trustee
for the Pleasure Driveway and Park District of Peoria
for the Pleasure Driveway and Park District of Peoria
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
We have a board.
All right. Well, we want to thank you all, Mr. Slover, Mr. Silver, and also Mr. Sierra.
President Johnson, if I may, before we move on, just a few remarks that I drafted up. I'll try to make this quick, but it is a few things. So thank you to my fellow trustees, to the Park District staff, to my beautiful family, my mother and my friends, and my goddaughter too, who was causing quite the scene earlier. That was my little one in the back. And above all, thank you to all of our constituents, particularly the Southern District constituents, to everyone who turned out, who cast a ballot for our shared vision, and who believes in a healthier and more connected and vibrant Peoria area. Being reelected to serve you fills me with gratitude and charges me with even greater resolve. Gratitude for your trust and resolve, and the honor to earn it and respect it every day. Over the past term, we've proven what happens when passion meets innovation, strategy, and purpose. Together, our board and our staff planted seeds of change. We executed playground and capital improvements to every park in the southern region. We scaled after-school programming and STEAM programming at Proctor Center, reopened Franciscan Center in partnership with the Regional Office of Education, introduced an urban development proposal focused on urban revitalization of dilapidated communities, launched the Treewind Park Community Wellness Hub with Peoria Grown, codified our region's first DEIA committee, and established the first DEIA role here in the Peoria Park District. We defined the district's first strategic commitments to diversity, equity, and inclusion, environmental sustainability, and vibrancy. We broke ground on the region's first top golf-like facility in partnership with State Representative Jahan Gordon Booth. And one of the most proud accomplishments that we set forth on is we set and passed and adopted on this board a 29.4% minority workforce goal, which ensured that our community reflects the individuals that we serve. These weren't just projects. They still aren't just projects. They're, in fact, the bedrock to lasting impact, creating memories for families and memories for generations to come. Time and time again, people praise Peoria's quality of life and economic vibrancy. And each time I have the pleasure of reminding everyone that this praise begins with the Peoria Park District. Each step forward required hard, necessary work, and these investments give us the confidence to dream bigger. I am thrilled to carry on this momentum forward, reimagining community wellness centers and gathering hubs, opening and expanding green corridors, investing in forward-thinking and innovative infrastructure, forging continued holistic partnerships, and embracing growth by embracing some of the same pillars that I echoed in my first interview when I was appointed to this seat. Pillars focused on creation, connection, innovation, sustainability, and most importantly, hope. So here's my promise. I am elated, humbled, and excited to keep showing up, to keep listening, and to keep pushing for results, even when it's hard or uncomfortable, because I believe in the power of our parks and in the strength of our community. I'm honored to have served alongside of individuals like Tim Birchie and Lori Covington and the rest of our board. I'm excited to continue to work, serve alongside of the Peoria Park District Board, the staff. I'm really excited to continue the work of individuals who really aren't here with me anymore, like my grandfather and my late brother. And I'm most humbled to recite these words in front of my biggest hero, my rock, my mother, who's really been, she's been a pillar beyond words these past 4 years of my life. So with that, Again, President Johnson, trustees, I appreciate you. I thank you. I'm excited. To the voters, I'm most excited for what's ahead of us. And to the staff, I really look forward to continuing the good work that we started 4 years ago. Thank you, President Johnson.
All right. Well, thank you, Trustee Sierra. Okay, moving on to 5A. Oh, wait a minute, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, yes, okay. I'll make
Okay,
sure.
good, great.
We need to get a motion for the pre-travel expenses for trustee Mark Slover and Ron Silver to attend the annual IAPD legislative reception on April 29th, 2025, and conference on April 30th.
So moved.
Question? Roll call.
Trustee Harrod?
Aye.
Trustee Sierra?
Aye.
Trustee Silver?
Aye.
Trustee Slover?
Aye.
Vice President Hill?
Aye.
President Johnson?
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you.
We have a calendar consent item, 2025 pool chemicals. Anybody have a question about it or anything?
I move adoption.
I'll second.
Question? Roll call.
Trustee Harrod?
Aye.
Trustee Montez? Oh, sorry. Trustee Sierra?
Aye.
Trustee Silver?
Aye.
Trustee Slover?
Aye.
Vice President Hill?
Aye.
President Johnson?
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you.
Do we have any pending business?
Nope.
Any citizen requests to address the board? Nothing? Anybody want to say anything about the communications or anything, any comments? Other business? No action steps to review? Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Sec.
All in favor? Aye. Thank you all again. Appreciate your first meeting.
I'm a great second.